executive leadership team at BASF Agriculture Solutions. Welcome on stage and tell us how you merge impact creation and business success, and yeah, just enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Super.
Ladies and gentlemen, the type of agriculture we have today is not sustainable going forward. Agriculture today is facing a ton of challenges. And just to name a very few of them, and why are these challenges really existing? I mean, I believe we all agree that we have an issue with biodiversity, and that is largely really driven by the farming practices we have today. We have a tremendous issue with labor shortages also in rural areas. Previously to my current job, I've been running a very large farm in Ukraine, and we had tremendous challenges here with labor. For example, we were struggling to find people really qualified enough to drive a combine or a harvester, really because really there is no one there. Tremendous challenges with monocropping. I mean, farms are getting bigger, fields are getting bigger, and it seems like there is corn everywhere. I mean, why is this? This is because farmers really fundamentally struggle to deal with the complexity of nature and really how to farm. Farmers currently have no other choice really to go for a very easy route to say, well, let me do corn on a big field and using a big piece of machinery. Because corn is very easy to grow. You don't need a lot of people, you don't need a lot of brain power really to do it. Why are we using big machinery? Because we are short on labor. At the same time, we have these tremendous issues also around crop protection products. So also very much produced by our owner, which is BASF. I mean, to me, it is absolutely not understandable why we are, whenever we have a challenge on a field, why are we treating the field all the same? Why are we putting fertilizer all across the field? Why are we putting the crop protection products all across the field, which is ending then up largely in the groundwater? That is clearly no way forward. At the same time, from a societal perspective, we also really expect farmers to do a much bigger job on managing externalities. We expect farmers really to say, well, what can farmers do to support CO2 sequestration? What can farmers do really to manage biodiversity? What can farmers do really to shape landscapes which we inherited from generations and generations? Farmers are struggling with this really because they don't have the capacity really to manage that overall complexity. On our farm we had 5,000 fields. How on earth could you really manage all those interdependencies also and produce food which is healthy, which is desired by consumers? I mean, thinking about consumers, I really want to buy food which is produced from my region, which is produced in a sustainable way, which is healthy for my body. And all of this is really the challenge many farmers facing today. And we at Xarvio is a tech company, I'm the managing director, which is owned by BASF. We're exactly working on making farming better and enabling a better, more healthy future of farming here. How are we doing this? And I want to show you and give you a little idea of what is happening here. Like in many other industries, the advent of technology is enabling us as humans to transform in industry, also agriculture here, tremendously. What we are seeing is what we are working on is a decision-making system for agriculture so that agronomic decisions are taken by a system and helping the farmer really to do its job in a far more environmentally and socially responsible way. Putting it differently, you could also say we are replacing the farmer and what the farmer is currently doing largely in terms of agronomy. And we are doing this because systems in many aspects, not in all, but in many aspects can deal with the complexity of farming in a way which makes farming more sustainable. And I want to give you a few ideas how this is working, what the implications are, both across the Americas and Europe, where we have a very intensive type of farming, as well as across Asia and Africa. So, and I want to show some of the tech examples we are working on some of the products we are bringing to market here. So to me, when we look at large-scale farming across the Americas and in Europe, to me it is absolutely not understandable why we are putting crop protection products or pesticides or weed killers all across the field, even if there is no wheat growing. I mean, to me it should be a quick win of being more sustainable and responsible, really to make sure that those products, if we need them at all, really are ending up on those parts of the field where really something is growing, what we need to control to produce our food. So we have, together with Bosch, we are developing a smart sprayer, which is really understanding the situation on that field and opening up a nozzle only where there is a real issue, and that all in real time, tremendously reducing the amount of crop protection products necessary short term. To me, this is really the message. What we are working on works short term. And what we also see is that going more mid to long term, we can even really increase and make even more efficient use of the chemicals we are putting into nature here, which obviously is the ambition to reduce as much as possible. To me, farmers are facing the incredible challenge of helping pollinators. And currently, farmers are struggling how to do that because they have no clue if pollinators, especially bees, are on their field. They don't want to do any harm to bees. They want to really make sure that they do what they do for a living and produce the food we are eating every day. So what we have developed is a technology which is LiDAR-based. We are able to count and determine every insect, even if it is 10 kilometers away, to understand what is going on each field of the planet in real time. We are doing this with the LiDAR technology, and we have, together with other research partners in the UK, have built up a system which is where we have created the biggest library of wing beat frequencies on the planet. So we know better than anyone else already now where which insect is, where which plant is growing on the planet, and where spores are on the planet which are triggering plant disease. And we are using this data to enable farmers to do a tremendously better job than they're able to do today, with the help of AI, with the help of automation. Now, how are we really bringing this to farmers? And I want to show you very, very quickly how that is working. And to me, most really importantly, we are helping farmers here to remotely understand what is going on their field. That is absolutely unprecedented, that they know in real time what is going on their field. I was otherwise visiting every field on my parents' farm every other day to make sure that I appreciate what's going on. And then help the grower directly to understand what is now the best to do, what should you do and what you shouldn't. And what you see is there are not only products here from our owner BASF, but also from competition, simply because we are clearly seeing ourselves not as a marketing machine for the existing business, but very much as a support for growers really to march into a better future here. We're looking in real time from satellite data on every field on the planet. We're doing that every 9 hours to understand what that field needs, to dose it for every square meter and send that data directly to the machine. So further to reduce the amount of physical inputs we need. Now, this is all working for big farmers, but what about small? Now, you might say, hold on for a minute, but BASF, I mean, aren't these chemical guys just, selling chemicals in tank loads and making a living out of that? Yes, absolutely. And at the same time, that company is perfectly understanding that that business model doesn't carry into the future. So we are absolutely convinced that we need to transform here, selling a healthy, weed-free, disease-free, and otherwise healthy field to growers, and replacing physical inputs, so fertilizer, crop protection products, by data and algorithms. And the more we are replacing physical inputs by data and algorithms, the better for the environment, but quite frankly also better for our pockets, because those data and algorithms have zero incremental cost for us. Tremendous business with tremendous investments of our company. Now, not all farmers on the planet are really very big farmers. We have a majority of farmers actually in Africa and Southeast Asia. And whenever I spoke to those farmers, they're saying, well, I want to know what's going on in my field. And also here we are heavily investing in AI so that a grower can just take out his phone, take a picture of a plant or a disease or an insect, and we immediately, with the help of AI, tell him what it is, so that that grower can take more informed decision of what is going on. Actually, a product developed for smaller farmers, also where what we see is also heavily bigger farmers rely on, because very often farmers don't really know what is going on in their field. Currently, I'll just pull that quickly out of the system, 100 countries, couple of million users, 600 million target farmers we are looking at here. So to me, we're safeguarding all those investments with network effects. And to me, this is the sustainability of our investment. That means that every user of a digital product is creating user for everyone else. If we are not having this dimension in a digital product, we are not going anywhere. This is the legitimacy of me when I visit my shareholder to say, well, this is a good investment, this is a healthy investment, this will carry profits into the future. Now, we're not only really thinking on how to make farming more sustainable, we are also very much thinking about the sustainability of our very own business model. And the critics very often to digital business models say, well, you're just amalgamating data and you're using that data for your own purpose. So we are, from day one of our inauguration, we are in real time donating all the proprietary data we are generating to a data NGO called Quantified Planet, sitting in Stockholm, which in turn is making our data again available in under an open innovation license, available for research, which is our contribution for a very diverse type of agriculture, which is enabling innovation all across the board. For us, it is really essential that we are not looking at the future through the lens of our old business model of pushing chemicals here. That would only be of glossing an existing business with a little bit of sustainability. We have very much taken sustainability as our business model and transforming from that perspective the core business, because we are convinced that over the coming decade, this is only our only fucking chance really to stay relevant and to survive. Very much looking forward to touching base together with you here today, listening and learning from your feedback and thoughts. This is the reason why I'm here, to build the future here together. Thank you very much.
Out of 100 euros traveling around the world with the speed of light, 2 euros are used to buy goods and services, and 98 are pure speculative, all in the service of maximizing returns on investment. So speculation is the demon we have to beat.